you say, I say, you say, I say, you say, I say, you say, I say, you say I'm suspended. I say I'm fabulous. You say it's RP. I say it couldn't be. You say I'm a bully. I say I'll be vindicated. Now twirl, 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 twirl. I said twirl, 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 twirl. Okay, come on, Miss Kenya. Twirl, honey, twirl. What's the going on, everybody? Okay. Welcome on in. Come on into the room. We have a few things to talk about, okay? We are going to be getting into Miss Kenya more and that suspension because I need to move some of the egg off of my face just a little bit. Okay, girl, not too much on me. Okay? And we're going to slide it over just a little bit, girl, but not too much on me. Okay? But anywho, we're going to get into that and some other things. But before we get into Kenya, you know, we got to talk about some other stuff, child. Y'all know we got to get into it. You say, I'm a bully. I say, I'll be vindicated. You say, come on, girl, that's going to be in my head. You say, I say, you say, I say, period. Now, listen, we came in to get some things started real quickly. Make sure that you guys are liking up the video. Shout out to the new subscribers. Welcome on in. I know a lot of you guys came from our conversation regarding Fox Soul, TGIF, all of the drama surrounding Claudia, Armand, Al, and Funky now. Okay, Miss Tasha K. I know Funky was somewhere like, now how the hell did I get into this? Now, I left them months ago. Okay, I'm over here doing my thing, making my coin without any interruption. And then here y'all go add me into the stuff. Ain't nobody tell Al to call me. He chose to call me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Child, it's been a mess. It's been a mess. I feel like they have definitely had YouTube in shambles for sure, honey. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say about the situation. Okay, we have not gotten any statements from any of the members of the show. I did see where Armand made a post and he pretty much reiterated, you know, may your future be as drama free as your past has been drama filled. And again, I hollered, okay. He might want to put that on a shirt. You might want to get a keychain or put that on a shirt. Okay. Cause that was a good one right there. All right. But nobody has come out and made a statement. Don't know what's going to happen to the show. Girl, it's giving up in the air because I don't know how you really return with all of this going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to have an emergency meeting. It's what y'all need to have, because if people can hop on different pages, or shall I say hop on their Instagram, go live, get their thoughts, and then turn around and hop on somebody else live and share even more thoughts, girl, y'all should have had a come to Jesus moment. When y'all saw it getting out of hand on Friday, y'all should have called them that night. Okay, we're gonna have, instead of Al putting out a message talking about some the show is canceled, Claudia said he wasn't talking about their show. He was talking about his own YouTube thing that he does, but he didn't clear it up, so it appeared as though the Fox Soul show was canceled, which of course affects views and stuff like that. But she said their show still went. They had already pre-recorded it, so it was, you know, it was that thing, like their show still went. So I don't know, girl, but y'all need that. Y'all should have had that moment. I mean, I understand it was his birthday and stuff, but I hope y'all on a call right now. Okay, or at some point, wherever y'all are and y'all trying to figure it out, sort some things out, get it together. I wonder if they take breaks. Do they go on hiatus at some point? You know how like some TV shows, like they'll like do a break or something. I wonder if they may take a little time off in July and recoup, figure some stuff out, and then possibly return at a later time. But girl, that is crazy. How do you sit up there and have conversations when you know they was over there talking shit about? I mean, girl, here's the thing. This how you do it. Because we all show up to a job and this hoes on there that we don't like that's on our team. Okay? Can't stand that bitch. Okay? But for the greater good of the check, hello? And to do your job, you come in and you perform accordingly. You may not like Sarah, but you're going to go over there and be real professional with Sarah's ass. And then you're going to talk about, you might talk shit about Sarah when you leave. Okay? This might be a little different though. with them sitting on this platform. But I feel like, come on, talk y'all stuff about the stuff, about the different gossip or different topics, and then go on, about y'all business, I suppose. Like, girl, listen, this is good luck. That's terrible. I really feel like it was none of our business, I mean, I would blame Armand, but I also am going to blame everybody. Okay? Especially Fox Soul for even accepting roast, knowing you got a sensitive group of people. Every single one of them is sensitive. So I don't even think roast should have even been a thing. Okay? But you wanted it and you got it and he ate him the hell up. But they definitely need to have a conversation. And let me say this. What's funny, I thought about it later, and I promise y'all we're going to get into some other things. Listen, what's funny is the fact that Claudia alleged that Funky and Al used to talk shit about her in a group chat. At least that's how it appears. So people are believing that Claudia put Armand up to whatever it was, put him up to going in on Al or whatever. But it's kind of like, at the same time, I'll be mad if it's public, but also I understand being mad because he did it on the public platform. Everybody get to see this now, the grown wheels, grown legs. I keep saying wheels, and now it's even bigger. But at the same time, listen, their karma came back to bite in a different way if you was over there talking about that lady, because that lady just sat up there and did to you what you sat up there and did to her. Okay, if that is indeed true. All right, it's just that it came back around and it hit a little worse on your part, on your end. You was doing that in private, and then now karma came back and said, no, we're going to get you out loud. And, that's just how that goes. So, I mean, hey, it's giving what's good for the goose must be good for those around her, too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wish that on nobody. It is that man's birthday, and I felt like that was messed up. I said, how do you go on and enjoy your birthday when everybody is literally laughing at you getting roasted? What's going on, Scotty? What's up, Scotty? Hey, honey. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, everybody up here watching you get, ate up. Like, that's embarrassing, like, for your birthday weekend. And Claudia up there, let me tell y'all, Claudia can act unfazed all she wants to, but you stress the hell out. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be, okay? I probably would be the same way. But you stress the hell out to be up on somebody live in the wee hours of the morning trying to defend yourself. After all the shit that was said all day, you wait until the late night hours to hop on somebody live to clear your name. Girl, at this point, let them motherfuckers think what they want, because they going to do that anyway, because they just how they is, okay? So, child, we wishing them the best over there. I don't want nobody to lose no check and then like that. So hopefully they can figure out a way for it to keep rolling and keep going, and they can work through it. And maybe that'll be a teachable moment for some people, to be able to see how folks work through their issues and stuff like that, and still be able to produce a pretty great show. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But like I said, honey, good luck. Let's keep going. All right, so I want to get into this story real quick that I came across over here in Colorado, and y'all have got to tell me what y'all think about this situation, okay? Because there is a coroner out there in Colorado, okay? And the coroner said, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up if you sit up here and think that I'm finna continue to pick up bodies and you hoes ain't finna pay me. Let the bodies hit the floor. Is what it's giving, okay? I do believe the coroner is kind of denying some stuff, so we'll get into a news article. A news video. But it appears from when I saw it on yesterday that he was like, I'm not picking up no bodies. Let them hoes hit the floor, because if y'all not finna increase my pay, I'm not finna increase my work. And that's just what it's giving. Girl, that is some messy shit. So they're saying Colorado coroner refuses to pick up any more bodies unless he gets a pay raise, as he is accused of refusing to attend the scene of a death because he'd already worked 20 hours that week. Baby. Child, let somebody in a different field, probably retail or something, say that they ain't doing no more work because they already worked 20 hours. They're going to be fired that day. But this Caucasian man, okay, y'all need him as the coroner to pick these bodies up. He said he ain't picking up a mother thing. Period. Okay, they're saying the Colorado coroner is refusing to pick up any more bodies. His name is Tommy Donegan. All right. They said he argues that he is only part-time. I'm a part-time employee. Should not have to work more than 20 hours if he is not being paid as a full-time. Listen, Mr. Tommy, I'm with you. I am with you because I do feel like employers try to get a lot from a little bit and then don't want to pay you and like to string you along, especially with raises that they say that you're supposed to be getting. You feel what I'm saying? Just be over there lying. So he had to have a come to Jesus moment, a town hall meeting or whatever it was that he needed to have for the people to be on one accord with where he's staying with stuff. They said the issue came to a head over Memorial Day weekend when he allegedly refused to attend the scene of a death because he already had his hours in. Bitch, I'm hollering on the inside and didn't have enough hours to work the following weekend, baby. He told county officials that none of his 5 deputies were able to respond to the scene either, and that he would respond the following day when he was back on call. Bitch. Oh my God. All right. They said chairman of the commissioner said at a special meeting on June 4th, as a result, they're saying Cook claimed, all right, this is the chairman now, the body was left lying in a field while an ambulance at the scene waited for county officials to find someone who is legally allowed to transport the body. Girl, listen. And this is Tommy. Tommy said, who? Who finna come up off Memorial Weekend to do what? Oh, girl, hell no. Listen, it ain't funny. May they rest in peace. But Tommy said, not today. Get somebody else to do it. Now, finally, after a back and forth, Donegan finally agreed to respond to the scene when the county commissioners agreed to hold a special meeting to discuss raising his salary. At the special meeting last week, county commissioners expressed their frustration with Donegan's response, with Cook noting that he took an oath as the coroner. Okay. And I also took an oath to only work part-time. Are you hearing me? I'm sorry. It's messed up, but I'm with this man. Times is hard. I'm sorry. Okay, I am with him. I'm on his side to take care of any deaths in the county and is responsible for having someone available to perform those duties if he is not available. He said it is very unfortunate that we were put in that position. Okay. He said of the delayed response on June 1st, noting that he knew the deceased. It was very upsetting that this conversation had to go public. I think there were ways to handle this more professionally, he says. Yeah, he said by professionally providing me with my coinage. See, it's professional to not have me work more than what you got me on clock. See, actually, sir, I feel like you violating the law at this point. Sir, now am I gonna get overtime or what is really happening? Because I feel like I'm in violation of some things at this point, sir. Okay, it's giving like that judge over there with Young Thug, knowing what the law is, but still trying to finesse and gaslight people in their face. That's how I feel like y'all trying to do my boy Tommy. Okay. Now, they say residents at the meeting also hit out at Donegan for his apparent new rule, with one woman noting that he campaigned on bringing dignity, transparency, and compassion to the coroner's office. Ma'am, I am bringing dignity upon myself, transparency in letting you know that I'm not finna pick the body up, so let it hit the floor, okay, and compassion about my extra coins that I need, okay, because I got a family to take care of, ma'am. These are the things that I meant when I gave you that. Understand? All right. Now, they said, does anybody in this room, and I defy you, if you say yes, think there's any dignity, compassion, or transparency to leaving a body? First of all, how you going to ask these people a question and then turn around and say, I defy you? Can they get it out first? Let them get it out, then say your piece. Don't tell them out the gate you finna defy them. She went on to call his apparent refusal to respond despicable, while another resident said it was inappropriate. At that moment, you decided to dig your heels in and leave a human body disrespectfully, waiting for you to decide whether or not they are paying you enough money? Yes, Sarah, bitch. Yes. That's it. I'm disrespectful. You're right. I'm wrong. Yes. Donegan has since denied that there was a delay in his response. That claimed the descendant was not left lying in a field because I refused to respond. Okay. But at the meeting, he has just seemed to double down. He just seemed to double down, noting that he has never left a body before now and claiming there isn't much else I can do without being compensated. Baby, you better stand. Talking about double down. Yeah, he's standing on business with you motherfuckers. Because if he let y'all slide, now y'all gonna keep on electric sliding on his ass, okay? Now y'all been out here cha-cha slide for a minute. That's what y'all been doing, okay? He said, I'm not finna let you get the electric slide in on my ass, okay? It's going to stop here. So he says, I don't feel that beyond 20 hours I should have to take calls after that. Girl, listen, it's either pay me my coin or y'all need to hire another part-time mother that's going to be a corner to help y'all out. Okay. Donegan has brought up issues about working more than 20 hours in the past, leading state lawmakers to pass a measure allowing county commissioners to make him a full-time employee in January 2024. And that is where the book would have stopped for me too, baby. Because y'all already, the lawmakers, okay, what they say, leading state lawmakers to pass a measure. So they passed this in January 2024, baby. We here in May, tipping on to June at that point. And y'all still ain't increased this man's salary and expect him to continue to do more? That's what it sounds like to me. Instead, the commissioners gave him money to hire some deputies and increase. Oh, bitch, I would have quit. I would have quit. I would have had to get it how I live. Okay? I would have had to get it how I lived. Because ain't no way they approve for you hoes to make me full time. And instead of you putting the extra coin in my check, you give me money to hire some, not one, some deputies. Now, I'm with you because y'all do need to hire maybe somebody else aside from me. But when you say some, that's disrespecting my face that y'all not even willing to compensate me accordingly, that you rather spread my money out amongst other motherfuckers. Now, I was willing to bring on one person. But you said some, which is giving possibly 3 to 5. You got me fucked up, okay? They increased the budget by 15 racks. Oh, no. Baby. They cannot amend his salary again until 2026 under state law. You can't amend. Girl, this is crazy work. You can't amend his salary? When it was already approved to give him an increase and y'all didn't even increase it? But Donegan has now hired his own attorney to push lawmakers to raise his salary and is demanding that the county pay for his legal fees. I know that's right, Donegan. I know that's right, honey. He also hit out at the commissioners for inviting several uninterested parties and my political rivals to the meeting and providing them information on an active death investigation. He says it was wrong and improper to do so and was disrespectful to the descendant and their family, especially while they were trying to cope with the unexpected death of a loved one. Child, he on y'all head. He says Donegan wrote in a letter to the editor claiming that the descendant is a friend of mine and to suggest that I neglected my duties is absurd and disgusting. Okay? Girl, this is some juicy stuff here, honey. Still, he noted that he has to respond to about 100 deaths each year and spend about 15 hours investigating each one. The chief coroner is on call 24/7, 365 and is expected to respond to all deaths. This is not including the management of the office, training, organizing, and scheduling of the deputy coroners and other deputies and responsibilities of the office. Since taking my post, I have averaged about 50 hours a week. He concluded his essay by saying he wants to be the best coroner in the state of Colorado, but I also believe that full-time work deserves full-time pay. Baby, give it up for Mr. Donegan for standing on business, period. I am here for him. I agree with him. I support that. I'm just here for it all, okay? So let us check out what they saying over here real quick, like, child.
County coroner denies recent accusations that he refused to pick up a dead body. KRDO 13 anchor Josh Helmuth breaks down the situation now in a KRDO 13 Investigates report.
The coroner in Prowers County is using bodies as bargaining chips for his career. KRDO 13 Investigates found he's trying to convince county commissioners to make him a full-time employee. Well, earlier this month, EMS crews in Prowers County called Tommy Dunnigan, the coroner, for a death investigation. And according to them, Dunnigan said due to him being a part-time employee, couldn't work any more hours that week. And he wouldn't be able to respond until the next day when he was back on the clock. Then Dunnigan apparently told crews on scene if they didn't like his decision, they could take it up with county commissioners.
Oh my.
You actually gave them, the ambulance crew, my phone number.
All of your phone numbers.
Dunnigan eventually did agree to respond to the call, but only if commissioners called a meeting to discuss his part-time employment. But commissioners say they've already made up their minds in January and argue that the relatively small number of deaths in the county don't require a full-time coroner. Dunnigan, though, disagrees.
You know,
I know
and
that's
believe
real.
this year they're going to double from 2021 whenever it was there. I believe the deaths will double. And
In that special meeting, the commissioners told Dunnigan they can't change his salary until 2026, cited state law for that reasoning. Meanwhile, Dunnigan tells us he feels commissioners aren't taking his calls for help seriously. In the newsroom, Josh Helmuth, KRDO 13 Investigates.
I'm with him. I'm sorry. I just feel like that's just a lot of work, a lot to do. And if he's saying it takes him 15 hours just to investigate a case, then he's already used up his stuff in just like one day. Now, it may not take that long. I'm sure as you continue to go on, you become more efficient in things. But I still agree. Get that man more money. He says that he believes the deaths will double by that time.
I love how this car lets me get all of my tunes. This amazing.
Sorry, y'all. Let me pause that. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so I am in agreement with him ultimately. Okay, did I pause it? I hope I paused it. Okay. But yeah, he says that it's going to double. I don't know if it's going to necessarily double. It could, but I just feel like it's a slap in the face that this man is requesting more coinage. And y'all decided to spread it out amongst other folks when y'all had already pretty much approved that you're going to give him the money. Y'all approved it in January, but then turned around and just said, hey, here we go. We're going to give you the money to just hire some more folks. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's messed up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I'm here for him, so I support him on that. So good luck. Hopefully it works out, okay? Let us go ahead and keep going. I want to get into this other story that I came across my desk, and I thought it was very interesting to me. And I was like, well, now, girl, how did this happen? Okay, how did this happen here? So they're saying a Georgia inmate used an item to unalive a prison kitchen worker before unaliving himself. And I said, I had to read the title again. I said, girl, now what? Now, how did an inmate get an item to clap somebody else? I mean, was there a scuffle with someone? He was able to snatch it up off them and whop bop, and then realize the trouble he got in, and then what was the situation surrounding it? Was this a co-worker? Sometimes the prisoners work back there with the food and stuff. So it's like, was this a worker that you didn't get along with? Was this a worker you probably was messing around with? Like, what was really going on that you had to clap both of y'all? So they're saying an inmate used an item to unalive a kitchen worker at Georgia prison earlier Sunday before fatally unaliving himself. And then you would do this on Father's Day, Jesus. The Georgia Department of Corrections in a statement said it's investigating the deaths of Smith State Prison in a rural Southeast Georgia. They said the agency provided few immediate details, including how the inmate obtained the item. Now they're saying agency statement said inmate. Now, girl, how you say that boy name? Jay Drika's Hart fatally unalived a food service worker in the prison's kitchen at about 4:30 a.m. on Sunday, then used it on himself. They said the weapon is in GDC custody at the time, and a complete and thorough investigation of what led up to this tragic incident will be carried out. All right. They said there are no further information when reached by phone. She again said further details would be released when they become available. Well, girl, y'all need to hurry up and release them details because I am confusion. All right. The slain kitchen worker is 24-year-old Ariane Shavia Grace. So this appears to be, I would think, a woman, possibly, I don't know, had worked at the prison since January, according to the corrections department. She was employed by Aramark, a Philadelphia-based company that provides food service for prisons in Georgia. Wow. I wonder what was going on there, honey. Oh, wow. We are heartbroken over the loss of our colleague, and our hearts and prayers go out to the family. This is a tragedy for us all. Albert said the company was assisting Georgia prison officials in their investigation. It's the second, listen to this. It's the second killing of a staff member at Smith State Prison in less than a year. Georgia prisons, what the fuck y'all got going on? If people ain't getting chewed the hell up by bed bugs and dying and getting mysteriously unalived in the prisons, what the hell y'all got going on with people getting clapped at work there? Oh my, correctional officer Robert Clark died last October after an inmate he was escorting attacked him from behind with a homemade weapon. Okay, now I think I saw this, and this one, I think he could have been transporting the individual, if I'm correct. And I think that when the guy pretended to bend down to tie his shoe or something like that, I think he choked out the correctional officer. I think I remember this situation. They're saying a state investigation into a sprawling contraband scheme inside the prison resulted in the arrest and firing of the prison's warden. In February 2023, sprawling contraband scheme inside the prison? Not y'all done arrested and fired the warrant. What, girl, there's some messy there. He was charged with racketeering, bribery, making or writing false statements, and violating his oath as a public officer. Girl, I can't. Y'all is on another level, baby. Another level. Hart had been in prison since 2015 after being convicted in Carroll County of voluntary manslaughter and aggravated battery. According to online prison records, his earliest potential release date would have been 2043. Smith State Prison, which has a capacity of about 1,500 inmates, is a close security prison that house offenders considered violent or an escape risk. Let me talk to y'all real quick. Get the political people in. Can we get the political leaders come to the front, please? Political leaders come to the front. Listen, I recently came across the fact that y'all have decided to enforce an automatic 18 to 26-year-olds into the draft or whatever the case is. Now, see, I'm not going to hold y'all on that because it's required for the men to sign up anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So now y'all just made it automatic to where you ain't even got to sign no, baby. Don't worry about it. We're going to sign you up anyway. This is what y'all need to do while y'all trying to sign some motherfuckers up. Don't be trying to sign up these innocent civilians that have helped built up this motherfucking country. You need to go and get them goddamn prisoners out. Because them was the ones that want to run a motherfucking muck. Now, I don't know how many times we're going to have to let y'all know. Since they want to kick and scratch and throw motherfuckers out of this life, then let them kick and scratch their ass overseas. Do you understand what I'm saying? They need to be the first motherfuckers in the line when the Saints go marching in to whatever war y'all trying to start over there with Russia. Got Russia down there by Cuba, and we trying to figure out why the hell y'all over here that close to America. What y'all got going on? What y'all doing over there? Y'all going over there to convince them to be on y'all side about something that y'all about to conspire to come up against us about? I don't know what's really going on, but them need to be the first motherfuckers you call. Y'all got too many up in there anyway. I hate to say it. I ain't trying to put nobody's family on the front line because, you know, everybody got somebody that care about them, okay? But clearly America don't give a damn, okay? Clearly the people that make the call don't give a damn because they not going to be the ones out there. While y'all got these commanders and chiefs and shit. Hello? So while you at it, go to your nearest, raggediest, overcrowded facility because they stay overcrowded. Remember that? Y'all, they stay overcrowded. So go and find those individuals that have the harshest charges that you can find. And since they want to be free so motherfucking bad, let them be free over there. Okay? So you might want to get them a psych evaluation while you're at it to just make sure that they won't try and harm any of the actual good men in the military. Matter of fact, got another one better for you. Matter of fact, not only get them a psych eval, prepare them hoes while they over there locked down. What else do they have to do but military training? Why the fuck do you have them over there wasting their time and just hammering away at shit or whatever like that, going out there to the yard, lifting weights, getting in fights, over there making up different little instruments and shit to jug somebody? Well, then let them make up an instrument to jug them when they go over there. How about that? So y'all want to fund different type of wars to get different innocent families, children's, women, husbands, whatever, clapped because it's all kind of bombs being dropped. Well, let me drop this bomb on you. Take your motherfuckers down there to the prisons that y'all be investing in and probably give more money to than you give to actual school systems. Hello? And go ahead and create you a military base around it or whatever little things y'all need, them little tires that they be having to carry or whatever. When they get on the ground and they got to crawl up under the barbed wire, whatever you need to create for them, have the people get them ready. Get them ready first. Because they didn't want to be out here amongst us anyway. Clearly, they wanted to be in a war, which was the reason why they was out here doing what they was doing anyway. So since you want to be Billy Badass, we going to put you to the test. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my dibs in right now, okay? So if you need my help passing that, if you need a signature, call me. Call me. They need to be the first ones to get the hell up out of here. Okay? So I just want to let y'all know, girl. Okay? But that's what's going on. Good luck. Let's keep going. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I had a clip. I did. I had a clip. So let us get into this clip real quick. See if they give us any additional information that we did not capture. All right?
We begin tonight at Glenville's Smith State Prison. Overnight, an inmate somehow got his hands on a gun and shot a food service worker before turning the gun on himself. The Georgia Department of Corrections says 34-year-old Jay Dreckus Hart killed that Aramark contractor in the kitchen. It happened this morning around 4:30. Hart was serving a 20-year sentence for voluntary manslaughter and aggravated battery charges out of Carroll County. He could have been in prison until June of 2043. This afternoon, the Tattnall County coroner identified that slain food service worker as 24-year-old Ariane Grace from Statesboro. We're working to learn more about Miss Grace and the life she lived. This was the scene outside of Smith State Prison today. Our photographer noted a significant security presence around the facility. We know the prison is on complete lockdown today. There's still lots of questions about this incident, like how Hart got the gun into prison walls. We'll, of course, continue to press corrections officials.
Child, that is terrible. Oh, I really hate that for her. That is just so sad. You just going to work, doing your thing, and at 4 in the morning, you're unalived at the start of your day. Girl, I can't. That is just terrible. Whew, Lord, rest in peace to that young lady and condolences to her family. Like, that is just so sad. And I mean, they didn't say whether she left any children behind or anything, but that is just... I hate that. Okay, guys. So that is what we have at this time. We are going to, move on and give more. All right. So I want to get into this this mayor. Okay, there is a mayor over in Chicago. Now, first of all, I don't know what's going on in Illinois, but y'all got some people in position that is, girl, we all got people in positions that's fools. Okay, we all do, for sure. But I know they got the mayor out there in Dalton. I think they said she had more than one job or something like that. 2 different positions that she's holding. I think they both pay her about $200,000 each. I'm like, dang, this lady racking up money. Her name is Tiffany Hinyard, I believe. And girl, she's just a fool. She is a fool. The people be showing up to the town hall meetings or whatever you call them, ready to get into some things. She be over there like canceling meetings. At least I saw her cancel one, trying to reschedule it, thinking that those people weren't going to be able to make it. They made it back down there. She tried to, I think they tried to get another, was it Mayor Lightfoot or somebody to come in and do an investigation into her. She signed off for it to be, I guess she vetoed it or something. So no investigation can be done into her. She over there buying expensive expensive things, going on trips and stuff. One of the trips she went on, one of her staff members got essayed by another staff member. Like, girl, it's crazy over there. And I believe they said the FBI may be doing an investigation into her. I'm like, girl, y'all is taking too long. But I feel like that's what they do. And they just collect as much data as they can, and all them charges just rack up and rack up and rack up and rack up. And you would think she would be a bit more humble than what she is, but she ain't. She ain't. She smiling on folks' face, come play in their face, and girl, I'm surprised ain't nobody trying to run up on this lady yet and throw them hands on her, because she's a mess, girl. So now they're calling out another mayor, and his name, from my understanding, is Brandon Johnson. And they're saying that he is abusing funds because he done spent about $30,000 on hair and makeup for himself and others. So let's see what they saying. I hope they got his clip, because he gave a explanation as to why he doing that. And primarily what he said is that he wanted to support black businesses. So let's see, girl.
Start here at 5 o'clock with questions about Mayor Brandon Johnson using campaign funds to pay for hair and makeup expenses for himself and other people tied to his campaign. The Chicago Sun-Times first reported that Johnson has spent more than $30,000 in 15 months. Election lawyers disagree if it's lawful. NBC5 political reporter Marianne Ahern joining us now with reaction. Marianne?
Allison, election law does not mention specifically hair and makeup. So depending on whom you ask, there is disagreement whether it's legal. He's not the first to use campaign funds this way, but in Johnson's case, he's using those dollars not just for himself, but others too. Last August, when we spoke to Mayor Brandon Johnson in a one-on-one interview, his makeup artist prepped him before we asked questions. Johnson is paying his makeup artist through his campaign donors. Likewise, this hair salon in Austin is also paid with campaign funds. It's just 3 doors from his former county commission office. Johnson has expensed more than $32,000 from January of 2023 through the end of March of this year. Campaign records show the makeup artist was paid $28,000, the hair salon $4,000.
I would be hard-pressed to say grooming is part of your governmental functions. That's not a function of government to look good.
Bert Olson is an attorney who specializes in election law. So does Michael Dorf.
The key is the law does not prohibit expenditures for grooming expenses, and it is absolutely clear that how you look is at least as important as what you say in any political situation.
The Illinois State Board of Elections.
I think he got a point. And as I'm watching this, and we'll get into more, I have to be honest, y'all. I'm not feeling as pressed about him using the 30K. Y'all let me know, because I could be on the wrong side of that. But as I'm looking at this, I'm not feeling no ways, because I feel like other counterparts that may not look like him have abused their financial power in the worst way. You know, and I'm and not really trying to, not really making an excuse for him. But I am, because y'all ain't saying nothing about them other folks that was funding other things with the people's money. Okay? It ain't like he's just pocketing this. It appears that he is trying to do what he ended up saying, like, I'm trying to help black businesses. And y'all just showed us the barbershop that he's helping. And the makeup artist, I don't know if she just does his face or others' face, but he's a public figure. And when you get to that status of public figuring, you start to have to pay people more. Okay, y'all. So, I'm thinking about Megan's case for some reason, like how much that makeup artist was getting paid. I think he was getting paid at least, $5,000? A month or something like that, maybe a little more, just to do her makeup. And no, I'm sorry, there was a photographer. I'm sorry, that was not a makeup artist. Correction, that was a photographer. So he probably also paying a photographer about that much. But I do feel like some things cost a little more. Now I do understand if there's a question about, okay, but really though, like $20,000 she should have got, maybe not $20,000. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, because that's most of the damn $30,000. To be out there, what it sound like. He paid most of it in makeup. That's a little too much now. Okay, now if you cut that in half, then I'm with you. Okay. I don't really see a big issue with him supporting them, but I do understand the questioning of the amount that was given for that. Okay.
Says, quote, if you're making an appearance as mayor of Chicago and you hire a makeup and hair artist for the event, that would most likely be a legitimate use. But if you're using them for a strictly social event, there might be a stronger grounds for a complaint. You also can't pay more than fair market value for goods and services. During former Mayor Lightfoot's term, she expensed $8,000 total for hair and makeup to her campaign funds.
If I was to pick a side here, I'd pick a side of being on the conservative side, following the letter of the law and not trying to stretch the law.
The campaign money was used not just for...
But see, sir, that's the thing, though. Of course, you would choose the conservative side. But for me, I feel like that is why the law is so vague. Just as she read all of that, that's why it's vague. So that they'll be able to finesse and get away, because I do feel like he's not the only mayor that does this. He may be the only mayor that people are choosing to look into, especially considering the fact that the black mayor, the lady Miss Tiffany, is being more scrutinized at this moment. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't, because she has been doing some other things, okay, that's not making no sense. Like, didn't she have like a jet or something, private jet? She got these Escalades and all. Like, she just doing a little too much with hers to where it doesn't have a proper explanation behind it. But at least with what he's doing, he is helping out black businesses, as he say. But then also the law is kind of, so vague that he also can kind of finesse and get around it as well, to where it really doesn't appear like he's truly doing wrongdoing. Like, you might not like it, but he's not completely wrong according to the vague ass law that y'all created to support y'all people. You know what I'm saying? So, but those are just my thoughts about that.
Johnson's makeup. In a statement to the Sun-Times, his campaign spokesman says the expenses were for the mayor and individuals associated with the campaign for public appearances, events, media segments, and other availabilities.
It's a political problem for him. It's a public relations problem. I don't think it's a violation of the Illinois Election Code.
We reached out to the mayor's office, who told us contact his campaign office. That spokesman did not return our call.
Now, I'm with the other man. I'm with what she said their position was. Let me see if I could go back to see what she said these people's position was. Because one of them was, did she say both of them were an attorney? So he's an election law attorney. And then what's the other man position? I don't know what she said.
Who specializes in election law. So does Michael Dorf.
Oh, y'all both specialize in election law. Oh, okay. But then you're saying if you had to choose, you would choose the conservative side, sir. You would choose, that's what you said. You would choose the conservative side, right? Whereas this man is saying by law, it's not an issue. Yikes, girl. That is messy. Okay, but we had to get into that just for a little bit, child. Girl, who knew the news be so messy? Girl, well, good luck. All right, let us move on. This is a sad story that we are going to get into. This young man, I do remember seeing his photo floating on social media. They said that he was missing. I believe he traveled from the Northeast down to San Antonio. I think he hit different parts of Texas. I think he went to San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, Texas to see family and probably some friends and stuff. And I really feel like this took place during Pride weekend, but don't quote me, okay? Navy vet Jarvis McIntyre, who was 26 of age, was found unalive in Texas after telling 911 he was running from a racist in San Antonio Park, baby. That is, dang, I feel like that was, I've heard this, who else said that? This was another, I feel like there was another similar situation like this. Of course, we know the young man, I believe he was here in Georgia, that was going for a run. And then one morning, these racists decided that they was going to get out of hand, unalive him. And I believe that they were found guilty. But I feel like there was another situation since then. But unfortunately, Yeah, he had been missing for maybe over a week, and then eventually they did find a body. They weren't ready to identify who the body, belonged to yet. And I understand you got to let the family know and stuff like that. And so they came back to, let the people know that it was indeed him. Some people tried to accuse his sister and say that she had some involvement in it. She was the last person to see him or have any communication with him since. And she did come out with a statement, not knowing that this entire time this young man actually called the police seeking some type of help, and he was literally running. And my question is, who did he have with him when this happened? Was anybody with him? Did he go to meet up with someone and come to find out that person was racist and possibly a homophobe as well? Not really sure, but I pray to God they don't let this case go cold, and they really dig into this case and really find some details. Because if you have a racist out there running after somebody and then unalive somebody, girl, that's giving a bit of serial killer for me a bit. So y'all need to go ahead and get him, because he is on the loose, okay? They're saying the body of a 26-year-old Navy veteran was found in a San Antonio park after he reportedly told 911 he was running away from a racist. Jarvis McIntyre's body was found in Johns James Park in the Northeast Texas third largest city on Friday, June 14th at about 9 a.m. So my question is, when did the call go in to 911? And what time did that happen in comparison to the time that y'all showed up and then found his body, okay? Now, they're saying he was last seen nearly a week before that on June 8th. They said both, they list the different areas that he was located near. Now, his mother told a local media that San Antonio police revealed her son has called 911 because he was running away from a quote-unquote racist. They're saying Tippett says she and her family believe someone hurt her son because he was black and he was gay. And I believe that too. Okay, I do believe that too. I'm so sorry. He just looked like he was just so happy, loved life, free-spirited, have a great time all the time. At least that's what his smile gives, to me. And I just that is just so, that's just so sad. That is just terrible. I believe his mom says, I want answers now. I want this person found. She says, adding that her son didn't deserve this. They took my baby's life for absolutely no reason. McIntyre had flown to San Antonio from St. Louis to visit his two sisters during his birthday weekend. He was supposed to go back home on Sunday the 9th, but he tragically never made it home. His rental car and the belongings were found just a block away where his body was found. What? His mother's, and it could have been some road rage type thing. I don't know. I hope they could really find out what happened to this young man. His mother, stepfather, brother, and aunt flew to San Antonio on Wednesday to put up missing person posters. Tippett says she told Bexar County medical examiner that the tattoos on the body that was found matched with those of her son. The medical examiner has not officially confirmed the identity of the body, nor how the person died. Police have also not officially confirmed the body found belonging to Jarvis McIntyre. Tributes for the dead veteran poured in following the news of his death. Family, friends, and loved ones took to social media to express their sympathies. Jarvis' aunt said in an Instagram post, "Lord, please send your angels down here, spread them all around my cousin. If you knew her relationship with her son, it would hurt your whole soul." A close friend said, "We should not be writing RIP to you. This is crazy. I hope your soul gets justice." And me too. I hope he gets justice. His whole family gets justice. And I want to see this person that thought that it was absolutely okay for you to take somebody out of here because you don't like the color of their skin or their sexuality. Baby, I want you for sure. Yeah. I hope people continue to apply pressure to this case, because it'd be a lot of cases and it just goes dormant. And I want them to get his, and then
I mean, all parts of the country is racist. So I can't even pinpoint a specific area because all of them is foolish as hell. But I really hate that. And then I think he had a boyfriend, and his boyfriend was posting some stuff, and I really hate it for him. Like, ooh, Lord have mercy. Sorry to yell in y'all ear, child. This is the sister. She made a post. She says, these past few days have been more than just stressful. They've been devastating. She says, my character has been tarnished and utterly shattered by a fabricated narrative that never held a shred of truth. The falsehoods implicating me in my own brother's disappearance and death. A cruel lie. She says, throughout it all, I've consistently cooperated with and assisted the San Antonio police in their search for my brother. Our bond was deep. He loved me as much as I loved him. Now that the truth has emerged, not a single person has extended an apology for the slanderous accusations and hurtful remarks that they made, because they damn sure was making them, because it made its way to Twitter. And I saw them. She says, I share this statement not only to express my pain, but to mourn the loss of my sibling. Life is too fleeting to dwell on malicious intent. Instead, I choose to pray for those who directed vile hatred towards someone who only spreads love. I find solace in knowing that my brother and I shared moments filled with love, laughter, and happiness in our final times together. I'm happy to know that I filled my little brother's last days with nothing but love, laughter, and smiles. Lord have mercy, child. Girl, that is just... That is just so, so sorry. Whew, Lord have mercy. To go on a trip and never return, I can't. That is just so, ooh, child. I'm so sorry that happened to him. Y'all, child, you could be here 1 minute and I swear to God, gone the next. It's just so sad. Like, ooh. Rest in peace to him. I hope he felt as fulfilled as he could possibly feel in this life. And I definitely hope he visits his family in their dreams for sure. And girl, I just want them to find out who did this, because that is just that's Jarvis McIntyre, y'all. So sorry. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else I wanted to get into before we get into Miss Kenya Moore? I think that may be it. Okay. Definitely like up the video at this time. We are about to talk about Miss Kenya on a lighter note. Okay, we're about to get, you know what I'm saying, lighter note. Ooh, girl, that is just terrible. Kenya Moore, more terrible news. Listen, y'all, I told y'all I had to get a little piece. It's not a whole egg, girl. It's just a little piece of it. Okay, and I just had to do that, flick it, just a little piece of it that dropped down, okay? Because the story did come out by ATLN, where she said that Kenya was suspended, and we got into that last week, and I was like, girl, I don't believe this. Child, listen. By the end of that day, girl, everybody was reporting on it. I said, wait a minute. What is happening, girl? What is happening? Okay. And listen, when I saw ET online, I was like, okay. Because I feel like they do have direct. I know she says that she has, like, I guess, like some connection as well with the producers. And I wouldn't be surprised with that. We are here in Atlanta. But also, I feel like ET and people, they get like other exclusives. So I'm like, okay, ET done made its way to ET. Okay, then it's giving Miss Girl is, yeah. You say I'm suspended. I say I'm fabulous is what it's given. Okay. Child, Miss Kenya Moore has been suspended, it appears. All right, from filming. They said they don't know when she may be coming back. All right, they said Kenya Moore has been suspended indefinitely. They said straight from the aides, Michelle ATLE and Brown was the first to report Kenya's suspension. The drama unfolded last week when drama escalated between Kenya and Brittany. Okay, newcomer Miss Brittany. They said Kenya was supposedly suspended for allegedly depicting Brittany performing a sexual act at the grand opening of her Kenya Moore hair spa in Atlanta from images allegedly found online. The network is still reviewing the content Kenya displayed during filming. Okay. Now, granted, here's the thing. We still don't know exactly what was posted. All right. We are hearing speculation of what may have been posted, but we don't know for sure. Some people are alleging, and I did see an image, but I don't know how authentic that image is of Brittany's face with a peen next to it. Okay, it's like a regular photo that she's taken with just like a clip art of a peen next to it. So I don't know if that's what Kenya showed or if she actually found some things online and she posted it. Okay, so either way it go, what I can say in all honesty, as much as I enjoy Kenya, I like her on the show, would love for her to continue to stick around. And I told you I'm a piece of twirl anyway. Okay, so I definitely don't want to see this, did not want to see this at all. But we did hear the person say, that's a penis. That's a penis. So something went down and something was definitely shown. And it's so unfortunate that Kenya Moore was on this, the bad end of it. It's sad. And I'm really more shocked because what really had me was, why would Kenya do that at her own launch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Her own ribbon cutting, right? If you're doing a ribbon cutting, like, why would you at all make your event about her? And of course, it was done to get back at her, embarrass her or whatever, because obviously her and Brittany got into it previously, and Brittany alleged that I got guns for BITs like you. I definitely believe that Brittany said that to Kenya. Okay, I do believe, like, Brittany, I don't know, but from looking at her videos and stuff, she does give me a little bit of Marlo. I feel like she's going to be the Marlo on the show. I think she's going to try to bring the fashions. I think she's going to, personality may match. So I do want to see what that looks like, but I can see her doing too much, and I can see her saying stuff like that. Right. And then trying to son Kenya, whatever the case is. And Kenya always got to let the girls know who's in charge. And then this time Bravo had to come and say, well, we're in charge, actually. And it's been a lot of people trying to put stuff off on us, and we just can't let this one slide, okay? Now, a lot of us are using the excuse of, well, and I was one of the people too that was using the excuse of, well, Gizelle can go on and make slanderous comments and stuff and say that Chris did this and he assaulted and da-da-da-da-da, and all these other people get to do what they do, and y'all gonna keep them on there. Now, here's the thing. One, I will say they did not show an explicit image. It's one thing to say something, and then it's another thing to, show something. But also, if you're going to take these type of claims serious and you are, in jeopardy of lawsuits based on what other people may have said about Andy or the show or whatever, then I feel like you should take those other claims just as serious as you would take Kenya's video, photo, whatever it was, okay? Because I do feel like saying those things about a person is just as harmful as showing things about a person, if that's how y'all rocking over there at Bravo, okay? It can put others in jeopardy, and it can do something to folks' feelings the same damn way, okay? So I do feel a bit of what Candiace was saying. Where is it? I don't think I have it up here. But Candiace pretty much said the line is always moving. Okay. But with that being said, I think she said something like keep your head up or whatever the case was. Let me see if I have that, because I just want to repeat what my girl Candiace had said. Okay. So Candiace says, also, before I forget, the line is always moving. Stay trill out here. They will set you up quick, fast, and in a hurry. And then Kenya Moore put clapping emojis underneath it. Okay. And she's like, girl, that's facts. They will try and set you up like 100%. All right. Put you, and when they say set up, I know people going to say, well, Ken, you brought that on yourself because you showed that image. Got you. But I believe what she's talking about is put you in certain situations for you to react. Okay, so I think that's what she's probably referring to. Like, well, y'all let that girl say whatever she wanted to say to me and da-da-da-da. So then guess what? Hey, here we are. Y'all know how I rock is Kenya Moore. Okay. Kenya went live. I got a chance to be on that live. When she was on that live, girl, she gave us a tour of that damn spa, and I wasn't even holding her on it, because with that spa, Kenya, like, I gotta still pay the bills. I gotta still bring coin in. She called out some of these bloggers that have been talking down on her location, because I do remember a blogger went out there and said that, you know, Kenya wasn't in this space and this and that. Different people were saying the area she filmed in was really the lobby area. It wasn't actually her spot. I actually was over there a few weeks ago. I was over there and I passed by and I was like, because I was going to somebody's house, but anyway, I'm like, oh, I didn't know Kenya's spot was like right here. You know what I'm saying? Child, they had looked like they was open, but you know, I ain't pull up and go in there and do all that exploring like some people do, girl. I was like, you know, I ain't come over here for that. But I see you, girl. I see where it's at. But she called out, you know, some people about, you know, trying to pretty much take down her business. She said that it's been bloggers trying to book appointments and then canceling and stuff like that. So, listen, if y'all doing that, y'all wrong. Now, don't bring that Love and Marriage Huntsville drama that y'all be doing over there over to Real Housewives, okay? Don't be coming playing with the people business like y'all do over there. You know what I'm saying? Keep that over there, period. So that's what she talked about. And then she kind of got into some things, and it seemed like she was getting emotional, like she wanted to cry. And she didn't. I think that the things that she was talking about at the moment, it may have appeared that she was getting sentimental about that. Like, I got this little girl. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businesswoman. I have to take care of things, you know, on my own or whatever. I think she said she don't get child support. And it may have looked like she was getting sentimental about that. But I really feel like if she is suspended indefinitely until they decide, because they can say, hey, you're back to filming next week. They could say that later this week, right? I feel like she probably got teary-eyed with the fact that she could potentially not have a check. Okay, because here's the thing. I'm sure she negotiated based on how many episodes she does. So if she doesn't do any more episodes, then that check, to me, I would think would be cut just a bit. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's what she could have got emotional about. But Miss Girl said that she ain't going nowhere.
Thank you for being a part of building this empire with me. You will be seeing me. I'm not going anywhere. Despite all this stuff that's surrounding whatever this, you know, people decide that they want to write. Thank you, Vaughn. Kenya's a winner. What up, Doe 313? I love you too. Superwoman, single mom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, Drew Sidora News, period. Shout out to Drew. You know what? Drew has been amazing. Drew has been so amazing as a friend. You know, I love getting to know her through, you know, this platform that I'm on. And when I tell you, Drew is doing her thing. So continue to support Drew, continue to support all of my sisters in this game. And I just want people to stop trying to tear down another Black woman's business. Like, it's not that serious. You know, I think that I don't bother people unless they bother me. I'm over here trying to feed my family of two. I have a lot of responsibilities, and I just don't need people just, you know, going out of their way to disparage my, you know, my good name. So.
I have to also add to this, I think another reason why she might be sentimental is when you hear the video, as she is talking, and it's not this video, but the one at the salon, when she's talking about Brittany Edie or whatever, she also says how she confided in her. She said, I confided in her about my business and how I'm having a hard time with this or that, And I feel like I told y'all before, Brittany may have exposed that, made fun of it, whatever the case was, which is why Kenya probably showcased her the way that she did or whatever. I feel like that's also why she's getting sentimental in this moment, not only because I could have messed up a potential bag, but Brittany could have possibly said some things negatively about Kenya's business, you know, and I think that may be what led her to respond the way that she did, and now she's reflecting in this moment. Like, I don't need people trying to, you know, damage my business or whatever the case is, and then she's talking like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I could be potentially, you know, losing my check. But y'all ain't, basically, when Kenya say I'm not going anywhere, we're going to continue to see her around because she has to continue to promote this show. I'm sorry, not the show, but her spa. it could be a chance that she is going to come back to the show. And also, I'm getting that I'm not going to go down without a fight. And that's just what it is. If you think that I'm going to let a freshman come in and take my spot, you got me fucked up. Okay? So I think she's going to try her best to get back to filming. I do. I think filming may have just started like in May or so, because I think that's when they announced the new girls earlier in May. So now my question becomes is, if they decide to not bring Kenya back, could they possibly scrap all scenes with her, edit around her or whatever, not even include her, but bring on somebody else into the show? Is what I'm wondering. Replace her with somebody else. And I feel like when they also made a statement, they said if they don't keep these storylines private, then we are going to pretty much scrap the whole thing. I guess like bring in a new cast. And again, I feel like they're saying this because they interviewed so many people. And this is still kind of like the beginning, the early stages of filming is what I'm thinking. So anybody could be pieced the hell out and we'll start over. But here's my question, baby. Bravo, what y'all finna do about Miss P? Okay, because whatever y'all signed that contract for and thought y'all was finna get from Miss Porsha, you ain't getting. Okay. So what does she have to fit? What's going on with that? Because I was also hearing that she ain't even really filming with Shamia. I heard she was mad at Shamia, but I don't know, girl. Anywho, who she filming with, what she got going on? Because y'all can't film at the house. You ain't filming at Rolls Royce. So anything else he gets to shut down for Porsha, he gonna try to shut it down. So what is Porsha going to really give? What did y'all sign up for when it came to Porsha? And y'all also gave her another deal to do scripted television. So what is that even looking like? Hello? Are you there? Okay. Because, yikes. If Porsha ain't really able to bring her storyline, and then y'all ain't got Kenya, then what you got? I'm just wondering. And then Miss Brittany was sitting over there talking about how she didn't want to film no more. Her and Kelly. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the reason. It's what it was giving when they were on their live. So what's happening? And then when they was talking about something, we're friends and besties in real life, I feel like that was shades of Porsha and Shamia. Besties in real life. Woo. Okay. So what are y'all really bringing? Because Cynthia said, y'all not finna hold up my fucking check, baby. I'm finna go over here and book some things. I'll be back. Okay? So, girl, listen, everything seemed to be in jeopardy. Okay? And then this is another thing I wonder. With the investigation, making sure the attorneys say y'all cleared or whatever. I feel like if them ladies ain't bringing shit in the next few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if they be like, Kenya, you're back. Kenya, you're in. Come on back, you're in. These hoes ain't talking about now. We need you to get in here and get these hoes to working because they ain't trying to work. Okay, so that's what's really going on, girl. Like, it's getting very messy, but let me tell y'all something. There is a lady, I do believe she's an attorney, that was over there on TikTok, and she was clocking the hell out of me. Okay? I feel like she was slick. Get me together, not directly, but had me thinking. And I do want us to get into her videos, okay? So I'm definitely going to be shouting Miss Ma'am out. Let's see.
The reality TV record.
I believe her name is Black Girls Who Brunch, okay? Now, girl, if you was in Atlanta, this black girl will go to brunch with you, girl. So just to let me know. But anywho, let's check out what she had to say.
The reality TV reckoning. We have Leah filing a lawsuit against him. Others that have discussed it. Raquel Levis's lawsuit and all that. And people are like, well, where's the morality? When you start getting lawsuits, you have to start making changes or you're going to keep bleeding. You have to start making changes. And unfortunately, there's always going to be somebody who is the first one they make an example out of. And Kenya pushed the limit, and that's her. And so I get people on here like, well, this is wrong. I like Kenya, Bravo should have never, Bravo is, being hypocritical, whatever. You can say that. She may have a case for like, I was treated differently. But what y'all cannot sit up here and say is that Bravo was wrong for taking action against what she did. What Kenya did was incredibly inappropriate. Incredibly. There ain't no job in America you can do that at and not face some consequences. Because now, if Bravo doesn't take action against her, if they air that footage, you got a lawsuit from the other girl, the Brittany girl. So Kenya put her employer in a very tough situation, y'all. It was bad for business. And I just felt like Kenya had grown so much, particularly after having her child, going through her divorce. Like, I had grown to it. I never was a fan, but I had grown to appreciate her. I was on her side most of last season. So to see her, Kenya, is she 50 yet? If she ain't 50, she knock on 50's door. You are too old for this crap. And she's like, oh, once y'all hear what she did to me, no, ma'am. Because if it was as bad as what you did, it would have already came out. No, ma'am. She wrong. And y'all, I see people on here trying to justify it. No, ma'am. If you got to see this as a regular old job, ain't no job that you could do that at. I hate it for her, but I often find with Bravo villains, they have a redemption arc season. It puts a battery in their back, and they come back and do things that remind you why they were a villain. I've said this in several videos recently. You're going to see that happen with Kristen on The Valley coming up. Tom Sandoval on Vanderpump Rules. They got batteries in their back. And y'all put a battery in her back and she cut up like she ain't never cut up before. I truly hate it because she really could have been a really good anchor for this show going forward. I don't know why she did that. But unfortunately, y'all, Bravo had to act. It is what it is.
Okay. So there's more.
We got to talk about this, child.
No, I think this might be the same one. Okay, so let's hop over here. Whew, child, Chile.
I didn't break it down because I thought everyone knew. I thought because it had been all over my feed from several bloggers that have been talking about it for weeks. So the allegation is the alleged, let's say all that. Kenya Moore was alleged to, she hosted an event at her beauty salon, a reopening, grand opening, whatever. While there, she allegedly made posters of a woman named Brittany Eady, who was a new cast member, engaged in a sex act.
Now, let me pause right here and say, it is kind of hard, though, to go all in on Kenya when we honestly don't really know. Like, nobody has seen the footage. Everything we're hearing is indeed hearsay, right? So, I mean, honestly, I feel like if you were to take a case like this to court, if you don't have actual footage to show or image of some sort, it's giving hearsay, and the judge ain't even gonna want to hear that. So they need some evidence. And maybe it's not going around because nobody wants to be held accountable, and I don't blame them on this, right? They're probably not sharing this because, hell, they gonna be in trouble too for sharing such a thing like that, you know, to the World Wide Web. So I do understand that, but right now we're just having a bunch of speculation. Now, one of the good things I will say was the audio of somebody saying, that's her penis. But we don't know what that looks like. We don't know if it was one just slapped against her face, right, in the image, and not saying that it's appropriate. I'm trying to figure out the RP portion, okay? That's not RP. If you just take somebody's random and just slap it on her, right? So we don't really have the concrete evidence to really say that it was heavy on the RP showing this lady in the SEX Act. Now, here's the other thing, too. Miss Kenya did say that the lady does escorting. Okay? Yo Gotti said, Snapchat me that. And you did. Is what Miss... Girl, I wish I... Please bring her back so we could just hear her say that. Please. And you did. But we don't know if the image that is shown is one from a back page or OnlyFans or anything that she did with escorting, allegedly, if she did do that, or if it's literally a photo of her with a peen slapped to it that would indicate, hey, I put that peen right there to let y'all know that Miss Girl be in them things. So definitely could have been, you know, obviously inappropriate for some, but doesn't mean that it's RP. So that's the thing that I'm not sure about. But let's keep going because I think she got some, you know, I'm not going to fight her on these points, okay? I'm not going to fight her on these points.
Large posters, and there's actually an audio recording that's floating all over the internet. You can find it. It is clearly Kenya Moore. If it's not her, it's some good AI, very, very good AI, but it sounds like her to me. And she is yelling at the person, berating them for being all kind of everything but a child of God, and saying like, you know, you're on the cover of like OnlyFans, and I'm on the cover of Eboni, which is a very Kenya thing to say. And so this is all happening at a big event, and in the video, the audio that I hear, I can't see what the posters look like, but in the audio, someone's like, is that a penis? And it sounds like Porsha to me saying that. So the allegation is that she posted these pictures online. So after this starts floating around, Kenya Moore releases a statement on Twitter and says, I've never released private images of anyone. It's fancy language. On the back end, people were saying, yeah, she's saying these images weren't private because they were already in the public. They were already out there on OnlyFans, online. A quick Google and you could find these images. So
and here's the thing. We don't know that. We don't know if they were already online or not, or if somebody did send it to Kenya. Like, we don't know. It could have very well been RP, and it could have not been, but
she's saying she didn't put them out there. And clearly she didn't talk to her lawyer before she did that, because I think any lawyer would have said, okay, yeah, maybe they were on the internet, but she didn't give them to you, and you don't know how they got on the internet on that platform that you found them on. So unless you went and paid for her OnlyFans and got us, and she gave it to you, and you now the owner of it, yeah, I wouldn't have done that. And even if you did that, the permission that she would have given you was limited. There's no way that she gave you permission to take these photos and post them at a work event. Because let's be clear, it is a work event. So regardless of what happened or how she obtained these images, I'm going to go with 99.9% sure that she went beyond whatever the consent, if there was any consent for these pictures being online, Kenya's actions went beyond whatever Brittany consented to. As someone in my comments on it, this is sexual harassment.
So the video goes out at that point. But there's another one.
Here's the crazy thing. Every example that you gave.
So this person says, what the comment is that she's responding to, it says they should have made an example out of Porsha and Phaedra for accusing Kandi of drug and RAPE if they really wanted to, and then they say double standards. I even, just listen to her eat this up.
There is a consequence to it. You said that Porsha dragged her at the reunion. Porsha was demoted to a friend the next season, and then Kenya had Porsha arrested. Remember, we got that real fabulous mugshot that she did. There was a consequence, and there was also a consequence to Kenya because it was clear Bravo recognized that she escalated that situation and was being antagonistic, which is one of her key traits on the show, which is why there are no more. They can't have any props anymore. People bring props every now and then. Like I remember Candiace brought those text messages of the last Potomac reunion, but nothing how they used to. I remember like on Married to Medicine, they had the little words like liar, fraud. Yeah, they don't do that, and that's because Kenya ruined that for everybody. Remember, she had that megaphone and she was yelling in that girl's face. You cannot justify that behavior. Very antagonistic. Phaedra absolutely had consequences. She was banned from the show, essentially banned from Bravo. Phaedra was off of Bravo for like 5 years, and then they kind of tested her out with the girls trip, which she did well in. Kind of reminded people of who Phaedra had been on that show, and then they brought her to Married to Medicine with this made up storyline. But it's clear Phaedra would love to be back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Married to Medicine is like the stepchild. It doesn't do as well. It doesn't get as many viewers. And I love Married to Medicine. So there's absolutely a consequence. But what gets tricky with the Phaedra situation is that a producer who was also fired was involved in that. The allegation goes that a producer, who you all know, I won't say his name, but he be on TikTok. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A producer told her that. That was a producer driven rumor storyline. And so while it's a double standard, because the producer is paid by Bravo in a very different way and helps to drive the storyline, and Phaedra is an attorney, there's only so much you can do to Phaedra in that situation because essentially your entity helps push that. So it's not a double standard. There have been consequences. And here's the thing, and we can sit here go back and forth. Revenge porn from a work standpoint is more serious than this. This is a rumor. It's childish, it was wrong or whatever, but it was a rumor. But revenge porn is actual sexual harassment. And so,
I hate that her videos cut off. But, I'm not going to fight her on some of them points. I think that she made some valid points, like whether we really like Kenya or whether we don't like Kenya. I think the only thing is not knowing exactly what the images show to display whether or not it was RP or not. But then my question is, even with outing, the escort situation, and even if it's, let's say it's a photo of Brittany with a peen next to her, would that still be considered sexual harassment? Because if so, then I kind of agree that Bravo did have to act in some form. Now, I don't mean that they won't bring Miss Kenya back, and maybe they're doing this possibly for semantics to make Brittany feel good, to believe that, oh, that's not the type of workplace that we are going to investigate whatever the case is, right? So not necessarily sure, but it could possibly all at least equal up to sexual harassment, even if it's not RP. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, but you guys can leave your thoughts and comments about that, you know, below. But I like her points, even if we did not agree with everything, but I think she did a great job with breaking this stuff down. Thank you, Christian McGee, for the super chat. Child, our mom would have had to see me in the parking lot if it was my B-Day weekend. Okay. I'm sorry I did not see your comment earlier on in the live, but girl, I am with you, okay? Would have had to see me at the parking lot. Period. Even though we is on live, okay, would have definitely had to see me. Thank you for the super chat, child. Kay Johnson, thank you for the super chat. Jamie, you are true to this. I enjoy your content so much. You're very entertaining and you make every live a great time. We appreciate you. Lots of love from Cali. Thank you so much for the super chat and the love. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so y'all let me know how y'all feeling about the Kenya Moore situation and stuff. And I hate to say it to my girl, okay, but good luck. Oh, I hate to say it, Kenya, because we want you back, child. Like, oh, I was not willing to believe this or accept this. You know, I was with Rodney. Rodney had me screaming, Rodney the voice, when he came on that live with that damn scarf on, talking about some witness. Talking about he was in the witness protection program. Bitch, I fell the hell out, okay? I thought that was too funny, okay? I'm like, I understand, honey. I understand. But how I really felt, the post that he made that I really was connecting with him on, I have to pull it up. It's this post of Diana, child, because that had me, girl. I was like, this is definitely mood for sure, y'all. Let me get this back up. I said, honey, if this ain't mood, I don't know what is. Let me rewind it. I was like, yes, that is the mood. Like, girl, what the hell was you doing? You done messed it up. You done fucked up the thing. In the words of Funky Dineva. Child, listen. Woe me out. I thought that was the funniest. Do you hear me? But let's keep going because I do want to get into, lastly, Miss Megan Thee Stallion, okay? Megan Thee Stallion. All right, so y'all know she's on tour. She's doing her concert and everything. And I want to play this because she says something that I think is very important. She says, don't blow that weed by me. If I get high, the show is over. Now, she could have been being funny, but let's listen to it.
Don't turn the fan on. I said, don't blow that weed by me. I don't want to be high.
Okay. Listen, I'm with Megan.
If I get hot, the show is over. I'm going to the hospital. Call the police.
Call the police. She looks great, number one. Number two, I'm with her. I went to the Beyonce concert, and I thought this was extremely disrespectful. I think that you guys should check individuals more for weed. I say that because everybody does not smoke that. I went at a time when I was pregnant. I had someone behind me, but further up, maybe like a few rows down, not that far because the weed was that loud, okay? And they were smoking it, and here's the gag. This boy came to the concert. This white guy came to the concert with his grandmother, and she had a mask on her face. I don't know why he brought her. I don't know if she loved Beyonce or if he just wanted to get her out the house or he wanted to have that moment with her. But grandmama looked like she was every bit of in her 70s. Now, you know, it's no disrespect to the Caucasians, but I do feel like, you know, you guys do age at a rapid pace than we do. So she could have been in her 60s giving 75. I am not sure. However, at the end of the day, despite age, and me being pregnant at the time. I just kind of felt like that was hella disrespectful for them to be blowing that damn loud. And thank God I brought a fan, because I had to have the fan in my face like this so a bitch could breathe. I'm not trying to have me and my child high as hell. Okay, that's not what we do. This is not Krishan. Do you understand me? This is not Krishan over here. Let's not and say that we did, okay? Hella disrespectful. Hella disrespectful. And I'm disappointed that the security was so busy watching the damn show that they wasn't checking the aisles and checking the hell out of people. Disrespectful as hell. Okay? So y'all need to put a little more, y'all need to put a cap on that shit. They shouldn't be able to get through the metal detectors with some weed and stuff like that, because you don't know what people got going on. Sitting over there about getting the people high as hell. And then, I ain't gonna lie, I had lashes on. I think them hoes came off because I was getting smoked the hell out over here. And then Beyonce got all this motherfucking smoke coming off her stage. So I'm just like, bitch, let me just take the lashes off, because bitch, allergies is cutting the fuck up in this month. And I'm trying not to really walk away after I done spent all this money to be in this. Okay. I ain't like that. I don't play like that. Okay, now I got 2 concerts coming up, and y'all better not try that shit. Okay, y'all better not. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna wear a security outfit to this one of these concerts. Okay, now Janae Aiko, I already know y'all gonna blaze up because she does. But listen, I'm probably gonna have to put a security outfit on and tell you just. Yeah, we don't do no smoking in here. You're going to have to go there. And matter of fact, have a smoke section. How about that? Don't put the people out. Put them in their smoking section. That's what you hoes do. Put the smoking section on the 2nd level. Okay? That's what y'all need to do. And if they're caught on a lower level smoking, then you might want to rack them up in some type of form. But other than that, it's getting escorted the fuck out for me. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, get your bag. Is that yours right there on the floor? Okay, do you need that cup? Come on, sweetheart. Out is what it's giving. I'm gonna have to put a security outfit on and direct you hoes, because y'all not gonna do y'all job. Period. But anywho, girl, I just had to come and give y'all a little piece. That is all that I have for you guys at this particular time. I thank you all so much for being here. We had over 1,000 people in the chat, so definitely make sure that you are liking up the video. Subscribing to the channel if you have yet to subscribe. You can feel free to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
My city and cul-de-sac, coming out swinging like soldier rags, leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind, knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive, I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest, but drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries, stand for my honor, but you run no corner.